Further matters concerning Eliza Flashcoin. Chapter 2. The Bear at the Breakfast Table. I was mid-stride in a most justified tongue-lashing of the head groom. The fellow had presented my mare with a coat that possessed a namby-pamby lack of lustre, when a black motor car of suspicious fop-doodle proportions rattled up the driveway of Flashcoin Manor. Out stepped a man who looked as though he'd been ironed into his suit by a cow-handed valet. He carried the distinct aroma of bureaucratic whiffle-waffle and expensive tobacco. "Mistress Flashcoin?" he asked, tipping a hat that was far too small for a man of his snollygoster features. "I am Sir Peregrine Vane. I believe you've recently made a name for yourself by bankrupting an American airline and seizing a chairman's mahogany desk." "I am Eliza Flashcoin," I replied, tapping my sharpened parasol against the gravel with a rhythmic, chronometric insolence. "And if you are here to serve a countersuit for that desk, you may speak to my bailiffs. They are currently in the shrubbery polishing their truncheons." "On the contrary," Vane smirked, though his eyes remained as cold as my frozen gin. "I'm from the service, MI5. We've had our eye on your forceful methods. We have a situation in the East. A Russian plot to subvert the Raj, a thorough-paced scheme involving Bolshevik gold and a certain pigeon-livered Grand Duke." I snorted. After the gutter scramble of Mexico City, a Russian Grand Duke sounded like a nanty-narking afternoon sport. And what does this have to do with me? I'm currently retired, enjoying the sea silver of my enemies. "The Russians have seized a shipment of Flashcoin emeralds near the Khyber Pass," he whispered, leaning in with a voyeuristic impertinence, "and they've issued a statement claiming your family estate is now property of the People's Republic." The blood in my veins turned to the temperature of a sovereign chill. "Seized my emeralds? Claimed my manor? These Bolshevik hornswagglers had clearly never heard of the Flashcoin affair." "Sir Peregrine," I said, my voice dripping with bloodthirsty intent, "tell your superiors that I shall accept the commission. If these Russians think they can pillar to post a woman of my pedigree, they shall find the steppes a very cold place indeed. I shall have the Tsar's own samovar impounded before the month is out." I turned to the house steward. "Pack my trunks, the ones that survived the Mexican lorry. Sharpen the parasol, we're going to India, and I will not have any substandard interference from the Kremlin." Shall we charter a private train to the frontier and accuse the driver of locomotive loitering? Or shall I confront the Grand Duke at a high-stakes polo match in Bombay? More to follow concerning.
Right, so now that's my. I've got to sing to the other bit.
I've got to hear this now.
Yeah.
No, I've got to hear this. I've got to hear that.